Dr. Mike, I'm afraid you're talking what comes out of the back end of a horse, which is called shite. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's a lovely day here in Ireland. The sun is shining. That means I need to keep podcasting because I took a few days off and the rain that fell from the sky was not healthy. It was turning me into a moody little cunt. You know, I can't swear too much at the start of these videos because it helps if I don't swear at the start. But once we get deeper into the video, it's okay if we drop a few F's and C's. You know what I'm saying? So I was rooting on YouTube recently and I came across this video from Mike ISRATEL. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. And you know what? Before I start, I like Mike ISRATEL. He's a clever fella. You know, he's funny. He's informative. He's lots of ideas that I like, you know. So I came across this video and it was the 8 most efficient lifts for strength and size. And I said, why not have a gander at this? So let's watch this together, guys, so we can clear the shite that he's talking up, because a lot of this is absolute and utter nonsense. Let's rock and roll. Exercise,
all right, folks,
number 1
exercise
of 8.
number 1 to train a lot of muscle and save a bunch of time is a combination exercise of 2 exercises: the stiff-legged deadlift,
and a barbell row. I mean, both are good exercises on their own. Why would you join them up and make one? And if you have to choose between the 2, it's obviously going to be the deadlift. I mean, the deadlift is the king of all lifts, isn't it? Am I wrong?
What you're going to do in the first part of this exercise is you're going to tighten up your lower back, push your hips back all the way, let your arms relax, chest up. You get into a deep stiff-legged deadlift position. Your knees should be nice and far back to put tension on the hams. What you do then is a row in which you both row to your tummy, but you also lift up your chest. So you row like this. After that, you drop down into completely hanging arms and you go ultra deep into your painful stiff-legged deadlift. Row, drop, repeat. Ow. Row, drop.
Okay, I've seen enough of this horse shit. If you have a choice between doing a barbell row and a stiff leg deadlift, always choose the stiff leg deadlift. I mean, if you only look at someone with a massive back who does these quite frequently is Jordan Peters, JP Nutrition, some of you know him by. And he is a big believer in stiff-legged deadlifts, and the man has a back in him. You wouldn't see it on the side of a barn. It is covered in muscles. He is like a fucking butcher shop. So if you got a choice,
repeat. The next time-saving
exercise number 2,
huge muscle mass exercise.
This is a good
deficit
exercise.
Deadlift. This is a brutal exercise, not for the faint of heart. You want fitness? You're going to find it somewhere in this exercise. Deficit can be as deep as you want. Generally, the deeper the better.
Always the deeper the better. I mean, isn't that the rule of thumb? The deeper you go, the more better it is. Isn't it? Anyway, the deficit deadlift is a very good exercise. I would agree with him here. For once, we'll agree on one exercise.
Because if you're sitting your butt down on your heels,
I'm not sure about this form,
all of your might, you have to use almost all of the musculature of your back. You have to use your quads, your adductors, your glutes, even your hamstrings, your traps, your neck.
Yeah, I'm not convinced on this. Why is he squatting down like that? Let's move on. So he has his friend here doing it with the exact same form. This is not a good form. This is a weird deficit deadlift.
Problem, make it more upright as you stand. And then as you lower,
you don't keep your chest upright.
Last tip.
See, the thing about deficit deadlift to me is it has to benefit the main lift, which is a deadlift. If you're doing a deficit deadlift, it has to benefit the deadlift. So why would you change your form is the point I'm making. Obviously, you have to go a little bit deeper because the bar is obviously lower on a deficit deadlift, but you don't change your form. Like if you're going to do this type of a deadlift, I can't see why he's doing this type of a deadlift, to be honest. The form of this deadlift is absolute. I don't know, like if it'd probably benefit an Olympic weightlifter because that's what he looks like in this position.
I'm out of breath on these demos.
You know?
What does that mean? 41 years old? I'm fucking gonna die soon.
He's out of breath. He is out of breath. Mike, do us a favor. Jump up in the fucking jump up on a treadmill or a bike or go for a walk every day because you're out of breath talking here.
Huh?
God,
The third
damn.
exercise
We don't
today
want to
that's
see
going
anything
to
happen here.
destroy a ton of your body, I guess.
Third
Also get you an
exercise,
excellent workout,
third.
is the walking
Number
lunge.
3.
This can be done with dumbbells, it can be done with body weight, it can be done with a barbell, but it's a little bit different of a walking lunge than the traditional glute-focused walking lunge. In the glute-focused walking lunge, you're gonna wanna lean forward a little bit. You're gonna wanna step really, really wide and really far, and you're not gonna wanna press a lot off your back leg, but a ton off of your forward leg, because that's the glute. Forward leg glute is what you're hitting, really trying to isolate. But remember, no isolation for these exercises. We want multiple muscle groups at the same time. So if you want to hit actually a little bit of your calves, a bunch of quads, a ton of adductors, and a crap ton of glutes at the same time, your walking lunges are going to have shorter steps and leave you completely upright so that you make sure to have your knees go over your toes substantially, and at the same time...
He said he didn't want to isolate this exercise with the lunge. The walking lunge is a brilliant exercise. It's one of the most underrated exercises there is. But he is just after isolating it because the way he's doing it here is a short step, which really is all quads. So he's literally isolated his quads here. You're far better off doing a broad step lunge because that way it'll hit your hole, it'll hit your hamstrings, and it's still going to hit your quad and your calves. Oh, Mike, have you ever trained before even?
Recruiting your glutes. This is an awesome, awesome leg exercise that if you do with another combo of these exercises and this.
These are really good, you know. If you wanted to, if you just like for me at the minute, I'm splitting up my leg routine. So I'm doing like posterior leg and then I'm going to do the front of my legs basically. I've split up. It just allows me to train 7 days a week. And this is something I would use on my quad day is a close step lunge because it isolates the quad basically. Exercise
number 4 in our list is the underhand pull down.
Yeah, Mike, why? Why would you do this type of a pull down?
Why underhand? Because in life, you don't want to be swatting away things that people try to give you.
So no science.
You want to have an underhand open to take. Take. That's what I do. I'm going to make a joke about my people. That will get us canceled. Underhand pull down. It allows you...
My issue with this exercise here is it's nearly always all biceps. It's nearly always all biceps. And like if you do this, right, a really way to test this is if you pick a light enough weight that you can hit like 30 or 40 or even 50 reps in one set. Tell me what's burning the most. And I can guarantee you it won't be your back. It's nearly always your grip, your forearms, and your bicep muscles. If you want to hit your back and your biceps, just go for a big, long, wide lat pull-down machine, and it's going to hit your biceps and it'll hit your back better as well. I always use straps in these because I like to, when I'm doing these, this is not to train my forearms. This is primarily for my back. That's it. I'm not training forearms on a lat pull-down machine, so this is why I always use straps on a lat pull-down. We can train grip on other days.
But as opposed to a neutral grip or overhand pull-down, the underhand pull-down allows you to actively engage your biceps much more. And thus, it's actually a really awesome bicep exercise too, as well as a rear delt exercise. So just by doing one movement,
Just use a wide bar, guys.
Underhand pull-down, or assisted pull-up with an underhand grip, or regular pull-up with an underhand grip, you can hit a crap ton of back, a crap ton of rear delt.
Exercise number 5.
Exercise number 5.
Saving time and getting jacked.
Saving time and getting jacked is the incline close grip press. Here's the thing. Incline close grip press. It's all of your chest, including upper chest,
middle chest,
and middle
lower
chest, and a little bit of lower chest too.
Triceps.
It's your front delts, it's your triceps.
That's about
That's
14.
like 3 muscles all at the same time. Here's the best part.
Yeah.
You can do this on a machine like the Atlantis press I'm going to be demoing on. Incredible.
Why is he dumbbell pressing like
dumbbells.
that?
Just make sure you pull your elbows in tight and keep them close as you press. You can do it on a barbell.
Why is he pressing like
Here's
that?
the craziest thing. You can just do a flat version of this, close grip, tight elbows in, all the way up and down. You can do this with
Get your hold down when you're doing push-ups.
as long as your grip is close.
I love dips.
And even
Dips are
dips
amazing.
work to a huge extent in this regard. Fundamentally, this is about a compound close grip pressing movement.
Exercise number
Folks,
6.
exercise number 6 is for the shouldas, or as not Jewish people call them,
Them Jews.
shoulders. It's the hang muscle snatch. And yes, I did make that up. And yes, it does have snatch in the name.
You just made this
but
up.
Nothing to do with the female anatomy.
The reason an exercise like this hasn't been invented before is because it is shit. Okay? There's so many better ways of hitting your shoulder. Do you know the thing about an exercise like this as well? It's really bad for your rotator cuff. If you have any issues with your shoulders, or if you want issues with your shoulders, this would be a great exercise to aggravate that shoulder cuff.
Anatomy would be desired, but not in this case.
Rotator cuff.
It's to do with a weightlifting movement called the snatch. For the hang muscle snatch, the only thing I could call it, other than an upright row to shoulder press superset, which would also be accurate, but there's a little bit of a difference. We're not just doing upright rows and then turning them into shoulder presses. It's one continuous motion from standing through an upright row, but you keep the momentum going and you turn in to finish the press. It really gets your rear delts going and then your side delts, and then it uses your front and side delts to continue the motion. It is actually a whole
There's
delt
probably,
exercise.
I can think of maybe 10 off the top of my head that would be far better than this, than doing that weird barbell snatch, grip, muscle, what I can't even remember what he called it. There's at least 10. I bet you can think of 10 better exercises than a weird muscle snatch penis upper thingy. So Mike, that's not a great exercise. Even if, do you know, if you do, right, if you pick up a set of dumbbells that allows you to do, start off high rep, 30 reps, 20 reps, 15 reps, be burnt out at each rep, that hits all your delts. A standard dumbbell press will hit all 3 of your delts, the front, the side, the back. You burn out enough and it'll hit all of them. Mike. Here we are.
Jason
Exercise
Michael
number 7.
Preston,
We're getting our guys to all
not
these
the
great
inventor of the
exercises.
JM press. Actually, that title goes to
press.
JM Blakely, an awesome dude and a super accomplished powerlifter. And the JM press is an excellent tool to hit your triceps. So folks,
I would have called this a sport. Do you remember that bencher back in the day? His name was Eric Spoto. He created this. It's called a Spoto press, I think. But anyway.
we're gonna break at the elbows, keeping them close, flush to the body. And you're gonna descend somewhere around your upper chest area. You're gonna come down here, pause. I've got huge biceps, so I can go any lower. I'm like Nick Walker, help me, Nick. Press up, control, pause.
I think this is a good exercise.
Press up, bonus if you can touch your chest. Like
Last
all right, folks.
The last exercise and the 8th exercise on his list, which is probably and happens to be the worst on the list. I can't believe these are his savers. There's so many better exercises out there.
Last time-saving multi-muscle group exercise is another trippy combo.
Fly
It
curl
is
press.
the fly curl press. We start up here and we are gonna do a classic cable fly. We're gonna go all the way down for a big stretch. Notice, I'm not cocking my biceps like this. I'm letting them go full stretch as well as my chest. The next movement is for me to bicep curl strict, no bullshit. Bicep curl all the way to this position here, which sets us up for a press, returning us back to the fly, slow, eccentric, and then a curl, and then a press, and then a
I've seen enough
fly.
of this horse shit. Like, when you pick an exercise like this, like that weird one at the last one, that curl, you're not actually hitting any of the muscles really good. You're not hitting your biceps properly, even though it's meant to be for the biceps. You're not hitting your chest properly because you're focusing on your biceps so much. You're better off just doing a bicep. Thing about me is, why don't you superset? You could do, like, for that last exercise, he's trying to do his biceps and his chest. Why not superset and do a bicep curl with a pec deck or like the cable crossover? Just superset. There's your time saver. Superset everything. You know? Anyway.
All right, folks, 8 exercises that combine multiple muscle groups, hit all of them super well. There are many ways to structure this. One of them is that
One of the main ways to structure this is not to do it at all. Please. And like he says in the caption, it says strength. How are these for strength? Please tell me. Anyway, guys, that's my opinion on Mike ISRATEL's. And like, I like him. I do like him. He's funny. He's very wise. He's very intelligent. But maybe leave the strength to the strength guys, Mike. Come on now. You don't have a strength background, do you? Do you, Mike? Maybe you do. I apologize if you do. But anyway, guys, thank you all. Make sure you head over to my website, pick up yourself a t-shirt, Apex Receptor for all your peptides, and Cerberus.com for all your Jimmy knee wrap, wrist wrap, stuffy, needy things. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. I will see you all soon.